Hello, my name is Elias Munsha, and I'm coming to you from Calgary, Alberta, from our offices at Munsha Law. Welcome to TV Bakwetu. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to give you a few minutes to spread the word around, and then we're going to get started with something very exciting as usual, because we always have something exciting. And that explains probably why you would be spending time with us here at TV Bagwe instead of spending your time somewhere else on a Friday night, you know? And so we're going to look at a few adoptions, and we're going to look at that. And then I'm going to address something to do with something that I've just been posting here, because it's very important for us to deal with these matters. Okay, and so spread the word around as much as possible, because we've got to address some of these things. Now, it appears like the full lists are out for both PF and the UPND. So the full lists are out. The constituency that I was very much concerned about, being Chwempara, Chingola, it's out. And so the UPND has adopted a very, very interesting guy, and I fully support him. I had several friends lined up in my mind, and one of them is the one that has been adopted for Chingola by the UPND. So that is still good. I have no complaints. I'm then going to take a few questions that you may have, because as usual, TV Bakwetu is your TV. It's your program, so you are free to comment and let us know of your feedback. I've already posted how you can get in touch. And now Mr. Chipaku may join me or may not join me. I don't know, okay? Because he's a busy man. And so we'll see. Once he joins, he's going to come through onto the program. But if he doesn't, I'm going to handle all of you all by myself. I feel a little lonely, right? But it's okay. It could be worse. Anyway, it's okay. So the first thing that we need to deal with is the assault today at Comesa Market. A person wearing a UPND regalia was attacked by PF thugs, so to speak. And so the attack happened at somewhere at Comesa Market. They say that these guys are armed with pangas and knives and several other offensive weapons, and they went after a fellow citizen who they perceived to be wearing the party regalia. You see, when we use English sometimes, bachisenda amapanga okwamba koma ulo muntu obachisanga nafuala UPND regalia lelo at Comesa Market. This is very serious, and most of us Zambians, because the tuaberera sana okumona abantu bare komaula, it really it's shocking. And so truly several citizens were quite shocked when they found that the person bamukoma by PF thugs. We need to appeal to every Zambian. You know, this is not just a matter of being PF or being another party. This is just a matter of being a Zambian. We should never, sink so low as to think that violence is a way to resolve any issue. We have seen that the police have been arresting these thugs, like what happened at the Patriotic Front headquarters, when Innocent Kalimanshi was severely beaten by his Patriotic Front colleagues. But that we've seen that the police have been arresting people. It appears that that's not enough. It is not enough for us to push this responsibility only off to law enforcement and police service. It's not enough. It can't work. What we need is that the political parties themselves, they must take the initiative and address these matters openly and clearly without ambiguity. Because what we have at the moment is a clueless president who is not putting his foot down to make it very clear to his own cadres that is not going to tolerate violence. That is the source of the violent problem we have. Because it is this violence that emboldens the thugs that in broad daylight, not that ushiku, chidiakawa, kwafita, abantu tabaremona, in broad daylight, they take amapangas, bambo kukomo muntu. Please forgive my language. Akasuba, ba komo muntu. Do you see, for you, ukwambo kukomo muntu akasuba, nishna mkwata, you have guts. And you have what is known as BALLS, Njalande. And so you need to have all these things for you to really stand up and begin ukoma olomuntu in broad daylight. The police are not enough. They cannot save us all by themselves. No matter how many of these thugs they arrest, what we need is a clear commitment from the head of state, from the head of these political parties, that they are not going to allow this kind of violence. They are not going to tolerate it. They are going to take action, both real action and by words. What happened to that citizen of ours is pretty sad, completely unacceptable. Okay? Now, all this violence, you can condemn the violence generally, you see, because sometimes that's what we like. We like being diplomatic. That we are going to just do it generally. You know, a lot of people, even me, people tell me to say, we love direct for, you know, like there are several statuses on my Facebook. I do not to kulanda directly, because we believe that we must be decent when we are addressing these issues, right? So when there is violence, be decent. Do not directly address it, but kupita mumbali. But how can mumbali? When it is very clear, it was Patriotic Front thugs who attacked a person wearing UPND regalia openly at Comesa Market. And we have all these branches of thugs that feel like they can do it. We need to stand and condemn it directly. This then brings me to the issue of Chimtongo Forest, right? There are some who think that whatever happened in Sinda and Petaoke, as far as Chimtongo Forest is concerned, we need to address it indirectly. In other words, tatofure tu alandoko bat tasira lungu ewa sendere forest abika ko fence apoka ajandat chakwe. We shouldn't directly address those things, and so we should speak somehow in an indirect manner. I'm not going to do that. Because fence around Chimtongo Forest, but one day, in the forest na yikadira, na fence na yikadira. Elo nomba ne fence yamba kokuchita okuipange ine yeka to fence of the forest. Kwadi umuntu wasendele ama fences. Aimba what's the fence of the forest to become hers. And that person is clear. It's Tasila Lung. Now, don't think that I talk too much. It is not me. It is not I, in correct English. I am not the one who is saying this. Mwana kaunda, panji kaunda. Ewa mwene, uko Tasira Lungu, Alex the fence of forest in Sinda and Petaoke, known as Chimtongo Forest. It is Panji Kaunda, Mwana Kaunda, is the one who raised the alarm over this matter. It is Panji Kaunda who went and talked about these issues. It is Panji Kaunda who brought visibility to these issues. It is Panji Kaunda who wrote the Anti-Corruption Commission. It is Panji Kaunda who wrote the Minister of Lands. It is Panji Kaunda who addressed the media about what was happening in Sinda and Petaoke when Tasila Lungu fenced off Chimtongo Forest and said that it was her land. Now, it's not personal. So when I say that it's not personal. It's not a personal vendetta, you know. It's her own actions, because she's the one. Why Ibeku Eastern Province? When she's a councillor in Chawama, ukuya ku Eastern Province, elwaya poka Chimtongo Forest to become hers. I'm not the one. So if I shouldn't address it directly, can she address it with her? Because the Chimtongo Forest and they tried to to fence it off. Ogupoka agenda as a councillor. Now she's running to be MP. This is where the issue is. People who destroy Zambia, tefinama yo, tefibandefiwa. Atichiwa na ngulunshi, ichinshingwa. You know, at who is destroying Zambia? They are the ones that are destroying Zambia. The country is destroyed by real people with real names. Sometimes it's our friends. Na pamenso bamoneka abatekanya. Koti bantu. Evo naule chalo. So, we can't address this matter directly. Umuntu wa irech the fence of an entire forest agenda di chakwe. We as a people have recourse. Kote tuwala ndoko watala nga mwaenda shani. David, mwaenda shani from wherever you were. Ogwisaisa. Eastern Province, Sinda and Petaoke, and you fence off an entire government land, a forest that belongs to the people of Zambia, and claim that it is yours, and you get it. So Panji Kaunda was aware, and Panji Kaunda decided to say he was not going to let it. He was a gallant person, an example of a very good guy who decides to hold power accountable. That is how we change this country. You deal with the issues. Secondly, you deal with the people that are causing the issues. The same thing over Bill 10, isn't it? Weren't we told over Bill 10, okay, but we shouldn't take it personal? Kwana kalimo Bill 10 was just created in things. Kwati chai pangile fiechini cheka chi Bill 10. Kwadi abantu that sat down and put those proposals together in Bill 10. So why shouldn't we address those people? Why should we say that you just attack the document and not the person? But the document, the chai pangile fichili chai rembat chabanchi the chipiute. Kwadiava ikere panshi. Banan. Former Justice Minister Balubinda. Naba nabo. Eva ikere panshi. Bapanga. The document known as Bill 10. Number yo, don't take it too personal. Mulefu woko na ule chalo. Elo ifuati, don't take it personal. You want to personally destroy our country. No, don't take it personal. So, if we don't take it personal, we should take it what? We should take it mwera. Tukulifia spirits if mofimo. Because sometimes we want to deal with the spirits. So we are unwilling sometimes to confront humans that are responsible for confusion. Humans like Tasila, Chimtongo Forest, Lungu. And I'm putting my middle names, Tasila, Chimtongo Forest. The reason why I'm putting my middle names, it is to remind the people of Chawama, ukubat mwimumono kutekanya pamenso, uyutasila ni Chimtongo Forest. Don't be deceived by ati balesu omusalo, balesu wachiwogo mgade na chiyo mkwaivari ichefia. We muntunga wa ichefia. You must avoid going to Eastern Province. No kuyajanda an entire forest into your name. That is what we mean by humility. Humility no. Humility is demonstrated in respecting if you have any. One day, Councillor Apoka Forest. You know what will happen next? Tukavuka kuchiwempolo kwisa sangati chiwempala yonse ile na abajanda. Na abasunako ati chabo. Why? It is the spirit of entitlement, and we need to deal with these things personally. Zambia is not governed by, even impersonal things. No, the presidency, quite right, is an institution, but that institution is occupied by a human being, and it matters his level of judgment, his discretion, what he says, how he governs, because it is a person who is governing. If the person is the one who goes and swears, and that I will uphold the constitution of our country, I will follow the law. It is a human being who does it. Number, if this human being is destroying the country, number state tulande, tuambe kwati impersonal things kwana kalimwe fintu fichitashani fiipanga fye ewa fyo bobwi. That's poverty. At what is happening at fintu file ipanga fye fine fyeka at fika isolve fine fyeka ifintu tafi solve fine fyeka kufi solver. If it's humans abalelu fyanye fintu mwabafunyapo mwabika po bambi. If it's humans abako baya ku Chimtongo forest and they fence it off for themselves, you deal with that issue. The reason why we are going for elections, it's because we are electing human beings. In other words, elections are personal. Am elections that are between a human being and a chula during kaunda fiari poa. Elections now, you are choosing between a human being, no moon to another human being, 2 human beings, or in this case, 3 human beings. And those human beings become trustees of the power of the people, the laws of the people. They become trustees. It's not theirs. Leaders are just what? They're trustees, meaning my trustees. They're making decisions on our behalf. They are not the owners. Now, the former Minister of Home Affairs, they are trustees, they are servants of the people of Zambia. So, Nombaganshi, if we have to hold people accountable, we've got to hold them accountable. It is as simple as that. Whatever these human beings, the decisions they make, they have serious consequences for the people of Zambia. It's the fence of Chimtongo forest. What does that tell you? On this Friday, May the 14th, I'm confused. What does it tell you? Umuntu ayat the fence of a government forest at Chaba Chakwe. What does that tell you? One, they have no respect for the rule of law. They think that Ichalo Numba Chabo, that's what they think. No. In Zambia, I never Zambia, then Zambia, with their rules. Kanshi with ekwi mafia, wayamukuch the fence of Chiratu Akui, that yom kwai ni wechi Mutengo forest. Ero number wakana yom kwai, you are taking these things personal. Kaingena imwe nedo mwale firufianya. You took it personal. So emwe, mwaf taking a person if we to la vekofie. At yom kwai to la vekofie. No. It's the persons that we are electing. This brings me, therefore, to adoptions. Now, I think all the adoptions are complete, except for Nalikwanda. I don't think they've confirmed Nalikwanda via UPND. But as far as PF is concerned, they've already finished their list. And for the past few days, I have been coming live here with my co-host, whom I miss so much tonight. So we've been looking at these names. The reason why we've been discussing names, it is because names and the candidates matter. It's not just about the political party. The name of the candidate, it really matters a lot. That's why we are discussing both parties, but we're also discussing the candidates that people will be choosing. Montun shi mulesa. Ngaraputela muntu wakweba ati ali yapo ka Chimtongo forest. If we to be fair, we must tell you kweba to yumuntu alishita aliba ajanda apo kolola Chimtongo forest ati yakwe. Obukaka ati nechichine chandi apoka. We must tell you, if you go ahead and elect them, nishini mumu asala fie. But on the other hand, we should never shy away from letting you know, you candidate to you. Nimisizi Chimtongo forest. Bantu aria kusinda ayapokorona. The other thing is, it's not that we are just trying to be confusing. No, because it really matters. Okay, so the main parties, meaning the UPND and the Patriotic Front, they have released their lists and they are good. So Chingola, Chiwempala, we have a candidate for UPND. His name is Chipoka Mulenga. And then for the Patriotic Front, they also have a candidate. Her name is Michelle Piri. Now, between Chipoka Mulenga and Michelle Piri, I'd like to let the people of Chingola know, if we as TV Bakwetu, we are endorsing Chipoka Mulenga. Bantu Chipoka Mulenga is intelligent and he has a passion for the people of Chiwempala. So why shouldn't we, if we're in Chingola, even think twice about Tule Tontonkanya Umbiat Michelle Piri, or that why Shiva? The only thing we know about Michelle Piri Mwego is that she's Michelle Piri Kazala. Mulume wakwe. Nangu, a former Shishibe, we know the family dynamics, but we are all human beings. And the Gula Batu Apsana Kopano, so Shishibe, but Michelle Piri, Baleko Selesana, patient at Yagua Kazala, Balefo Bujation at Yamulume. Otherwise, she's not known, or the fact that her father was coach for Nchanga Rangers for a very long time, or when I was growing up as a child in Chingola, Willie Piri. Otherwise, apart from that, there is no track record whatsoever over to Yumuntu Nakutapangana rational debate. Eicho. Mwebena Chingola. Chipoka Mulenga tatua mfuapu ataya poka Chimtongo Forest. Chipoka Mulenga chotua ishiwefe chakwebati. He's a good guy. I had two friends that were wanting to be MPs for Chingola. King George Zichula, umwina Chiwempala Mnandi, ona mkwe twaile na mkwe same school at Chingola High School, almost the same generation. Okay, so King George, I have not spoken to him, so Njishi Vevijitike, ukwewa study adopted. But I would like to appeal to him, ukwewa take an if it's okay. I'd say support none. I'd say support Chipoka Mulenga at the moment. It's okay. King George. Can give you of two brilliant candidates. It's difficult. Woman. How do you choose between two great servants of the people of Zambia? It's tough. But anyway, for now, since Chipoka Mulenga has been chosen, it's okay. We are going to support his candidature and we are appealing once imwe. Mwebena Chingola. Mwika ikatana kuchani yogula sakamana or anything. Chipoka Mulenga should be the one to be elected in Chingola. Awoba Michelle Piri. Tatwa beshiba Michelle Piri Kazara. Twarishiba Kazara. Number bene tatwa beshiba. Okay? So those are the issues. Okay, so that's Chingola. Milenge. Milenge, we have Mr. Gwagmaya standing against a gentleman known as Chanda Masheke. And on Chanda Masheke, it's the same story. Milenge. Because you don't want me to be personal. No, but how else can I not be personal? Umuntu showed up as council chairperson in Milenge and started dishing out money. Cash. Not that impiatama checks. Cash. Ukupela abantu cash. Ukupela ika abantu cash. Causing tremendous confusion in Milenge. You know, it's confusing. So mukavotere bachengo kumirenge. Anyway, in Kankoyo, Brian Mushimba was pretty good. I think he's a good guy. He's a professional guy. He appears to be a technocrat and trusted the political process too much. Then about doctor. Fake doctors were playing him. It's pretty surprising that Edward Chomba would upset Brian Mushimba. If I were the president, the choice between the two, of course Brian, because he's a solid guy. Except for that little thing, Mushimba so chirufeta rikotin. Mushimba, you stole 200,000. Mushimba fiwo kulondolola bwino. So no kuiba kuile ba Mushimba tabaishwa. Which means he's a very straightforward guy, except for blocking me on Twitter. But I think he's a good guy. So it's a surprise Ukobate he's not been picked. And instead Basomone choose. Anyway. mwebena mufulira namwishipa mwebena efe mukachita alabwafia. Anyway, so those are the issues. The other thing with adoptions is there is confusion, particularly in the Patriotic Front. Not so much for the UPND. I think the UPND has been able to handle its adoptions better than the Patriotic Front, because now in the Patriotic Front we are hearing there are so many independents. So these are people who they were promised that they will be adopted and they've not been adopted. So lots of independents. I will not be surprised if there is an independent PF in Chingola, if there will be an independent PF in Chitilawombwe, if there will be an independent in Ganikukito, Kwena Binwell Mpundu has already made it very clear whether they will go independent. We understand Eastern Province, it's like the entire Eastern Province. It's full of independents, including JJ Banda. Olewa ire pono na waka pokola. Munjerereko. Pakolanda tu ponona. Efe tulana. At Munjayo a preacher, why are you saying Ponona? No mandante shan. At why rich shan? Why they stage baga pokora? That idea of Ponona muevo. Where Ponona vaca pokora, no kuba secha, no kubevida, no kuba pikimuna, vaca pokola, okuba secha matumba, ascendefin, independent kupeta against Dora Celia. We understand there is an independent in Luangeni, independent in Lumeze, independent in Chasefu, independent in I've already mentioned Petauke. So there are several independents. And the reason why there are so many independents is because of confusion. Patriotic Front bakona kalimoni pate ya confusion, akavundula everywhere. Kanshi konsoko apitaba PF, kula mwena fie mukavundula, you know. At one time, Serenje Kalindula said that abakali bakali konsoko barea kula mwena fienshi, kula basonta fiemino, na ba PF na bena. Kula basonta fiemino mlandu wa confusion iyo bashia everywhere that they go. I mean, adoptions at midnight, and then leaving a whole string of various independent candidates. Okay, what is our opinion about independent candidates? Maybe they will be better for the UPND. I don't know. I'm not UPND, you know. I'm NDC, but it appears like it might be very good for the UPND, because if they like Petauke Central, if JJ Banda decides to run, and this time we understand that he was very generous, JJ Banda, so of course that is going to split the vote, giving a chance to a third UPND candidate to try and solidify that vote in Petauke. That's my analysis. So who is the independent vote hurting? I think it is hurting the Patriotic Front. Mulomo wabo. Na kubwa na mkubwa na koko ina tumfuate. There is a guy known as Mwambazi. I don't know him. But it's like there is Nagukaba kubwa na mkubwa. Shifubu na koko ina baletera a candidate that they don't know. Obushikubuwa ilo kwisa baletera a candidate that yutu amuleta standing in Chifubu. There is confusion there. Ndola Central na confusion. Kanshi, it's a patriotic confusion. That's the name of the patriotic. It's the patriotic confusion everywhere. So we are going to see a lot of independent candidates. Lusaka Central as well. There's going to be independent candidate. Kawata, Matero. They'll be definitely independent. All those constituencies. Okay, that is what is going to happen. All right, Herbert Bilika. What do you have to say?
Uncle Musha, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you. Thank you so much for the interesting topics. I must state that you look so lonely without General.
Yes, I do. I agree.
Yes, exactly. I've been following what has been happening, and my preamble is that when it comes to leadership is all about character. So when you look at some of the personalities that they have adopted, like you've put it, someone went and they fenced a forest that belongs to the citizenry of Zambia, then they possessed it as theirs. So for that one, the character is already showing that this one is not in power to save the people, but to save themselves. We have the
Right.
characters of men like, I'll mention them because their behavior is everywhere. Men like Mr.
Yeah.
Lusambo, leaders like Dora. I think their characters already showed us that these are not leaders fit to lead us, because they failed
Right.
to lead us. We gave them a
Yeah.
chance to lead us. They failed us. So why were they even adopted? Then you get to find that I have a problem with the people that they leave you, then you go, I'm standing as independent. So
Right.
standing as independent, what are these people fighting for? Say, for instance, there are quite some good people that were left on the UPND, and I've come
Right.
to respect their attitude of just appreciating, to say, it wasn't my time. My time will come. Those that were picked, they have attributes of leaders that the UPND are looking for. Those that have been
Right.
picked by the PF have got attributes that the PF are probably looking for. Because if you look
Yeah.
at the adoption of the PF, it is depicting to say they don't want the good, they want the ugly, like you put it.
Yeah.
The new PND has gone about picking very good candidates, and I appreciate them for that. So for these
Yeah.
guys that are going independent after being left out, even them, their character is already rotten, because it is showing us to say, their interest is not in saving us. But for Binwe Mpundu, I think that was a flop, because I've been following him, and he seems to be a very good gentleman and a very good leader. So on that one, I think PF now Bakasa, because that man was supposed to be picked. So leadership
Right.
is all about character, and these people in the PF, the period that we had given them to lead us, has really shown us, because they say give someone money and power, then you are really going to know them. If you know
Yeah.
someone
Thank you.
and they don't have money and they don't have power, then you don't know them. You're only going
Thank
to
you.
know them the day they are going to have access to power and money. So with the
Thank you.
leadership
Thank you,
in the
Eben.
PF, the power and the character has really shown us who they are. So
Right.
I think when the 12th comes, let us vote for character and leadership, not these personalities we've seen in the past few months or years of leading us. That's all I have to
Certainly,
say. Thank you so
for
much.
the people of Chawama, they shouldn't even think about electing Miss Chimtongo Forest.
No, they shouldn't. They shouldn't.
Mushanindu
They
yani
shouldn't.
problem that she's Miss Chimtongo Forest. Now,
No, I'm actually
please help me
supporting
here. Now,
Chimtongo Forest, because I don't know what's with her and forests, because even when the Mukula saga started, her name was all over. So I
right.
don't know what's with her and trees. So you are very correct to say Miss Chimtongo Forest. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Herbert. Munjereko, Bantu Kwena. The reason why I'm saying Miss Chimtengo is because Batasira, Bari Ima from Lusaka, Baya Kupeta Oke Senda, Okuya the fence of an entire forest, Okweba it has. Teine. Because some of you think that it's me. No, it's Banji Kaunda who caught her. Banji Kaunda ewa bekete. Ukweba the fence of an entire forest. So it's not me. So regarding violence, I can see some comments from Lin Chileshe. They want to instill fear. Yeah, that is the main worry here. I think there is someone who is harboring this violence, because in a country like Zambia, you can't just have thugs attacking people in broad daylight. Even if you say that police are going to arrest them, this is not a police issue. This is a political problem. I don't understand. Noma mrevo kunje wokobatine nderanda fe in general terms. Kuli umuntu kuli abantu abare kakaula abantu kusango umuntu bambo kukakaula in broad daylight with a panga. Mwewe na Zambia tamfua yo mulopa. Hayi nomba umfweni vyachitika ku komesa cadres kutuwafirwa nokulanda wambo kusabaira. Cadres went na panga ukusango umuntu ufwele UPND regalia no kwambo kumukoma in broad daylight. It's pretty sad. Edward Kayenda, where are you calling me from?
I'm calling you from Northwestern Province, Mfumbwe.
Oh, how is Mfumbwe?
Mfumbwe is cool, although some people they were disappointed with the the outcome of the adoption.
Yeah.
Some were expecting that maybe the former MP will be adopted. This one, Stephen Masumba.
Oh, Masumba is Mufumbwe.
Yes, Masumba is from Mfumbo, yes.
Yeah, so he's running as an independent. Anyway, Masumba, 2 weeks before adoption, that you want to be adopted. Ngaimwe, what do you think?
That's the reason why, because he went very late and he wanted to be adopted, so that can't work. And the people here, I don't know if they can vote for him, even if he can stand per independent.
Yeah.
Then the other issue I wanted to contribute about is the issue how the PF they are adopting people.
Yeah.
For example, I've been following them when it comes to Lusaka. For example, in Kabwata.
Yeah.
Clement Tembo has been moving up and down, campaigning for them, and I don't know why he has been left out.
In Kabwata?
Then, yes, in Kabwata, Clement Tembo.
Yeah, yeah.
He has been campaigning up and down, and he has been left out. You come to Ndora Centro. Ndora Centro, this is Emmanuel. Is it Emmanuel?
Yeah, Emmanuel Mlenga. Yeah.
Emmanuel Mlenga was organizing some big functions. We have been watching big functions for him, but he has been left out also.
Right.
So those are the big mistakes which they have made, and I never expected that they can make big mistakes like that. And the person the person which they have brought
yeah.
So I think this time around, when it comes to PF, when you want to rule with PF, maybe if you are connected, because most of the people who are that have adopted, unless you are connected, look at our sister, Tesila Rungu. What happened?
Yeah.
There's some people. If you check the CV for Iris Kaingo, I don't know how qualified and how will be some critical issues.
She's qualified. Can she tell Mona?
Then the other thing I wanted to move to this other camp.
Right.
Our brother. Yes. I don't know which method they're using, because if you see the Honorable Garin Combo has been in Parliament for about 20 years now.
Right.
And he's standing for the sake of.
Yeah. So are you asking about
for?
Right. You're right. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Yeah. We need to
even you see a Garin Combo is the what is it the chairperson for election?
Yeah.
For the entire country.
Right.
Then so I was asking myself, how is it possible is that this person is the chairperson for election and he is standing again? Why can't he leave that thing for someone else so that he can concentrate? Because Garin Combo, if he can move from there up to maybe the northwestern province, people they can come to listen to him. Instead, instead of being busy campaigning for himself in Mazabuka, it can't make sense. Again, Sylvia Masse. Sylvia Masse was someone who was very, very courageous.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Edward. I'm calling you Gift because that's the one we have here. So Edward has several concerns. Number one, concerns about the longevity of MPs. I think one of the issues we need to address is the experience of the Zambian parliament. In my opinion, I think we need a good mix of both experienced MPs and new MPs. We've got to have that mixture. And I think the UPND has done very well to bring in new people as well as older people, maintain the older people for good reasons. And so I would be one of those who would lean towards maintaining both Garin Combo and Jack Mwimbu as candidates. In my opinion, I do not see any reason why Jack Mwimbu should not be adopted. And I think the party did very well to adopt him. As far as the Patriotic Front is concerned, the same issue. If they have a good parliamentarian who has been in parliament for a long time, why not maintain them? You know, why not re-adopt them? Because it helps with institutional memory. Because if you have a whole parliament, new people all the time, the House loses institutional memory. We definitely need to be changing the president because the president owns everything. But as far as parliament is concerned, I would really want to see some institutional memory in our parliament. And so older, long-serving MPs could be in good order to be part of it. So I wouldn't discourage older MPs like Gary Nkombo and Jack Mwimbu, right? I don't know, but maybe you have different opinions about this idea. So who is the longest serving MPs that we have at the moment? Given Lubinda, that's pretty sad. So we don't have MPs that have been MPs from the 90s, and this is just 30 years. In other words, we have lost all the institutional memory over the past 30 years. If you are good and you are serving the people and you're serving Zambia, because an MP actually serves Zambia more than just serving the constituents. They are serving Zambia. If you have Jack Mwimbu, who single-handedly, together with others, quite all right, he shepherded our country and our parliament through a very difficult time in which the PF were going to destroy Zambian democracy. Why shouldn't we, right? Jack Mwimbu, he shepherded his parliamentary caucus to stay together, to stay strong and resist Bill 10. Why then should we just go and say that we are going to take you out because you did not mend a pothole in Monze, when in fact it is not an MP's responsibility to mend potholes. It's the central government's responsibility. And so I think we are directing our anger too much at these serving MPs, and we are not angry enough over the central government, which actually controls the purse. So I would support Jack Mwimbu, support Gary Nkombo. We need that stability. We need a few MPs that have that institutional memory, and that's how I would put it. Regarding the MPs that PF is choosing, of course, PF is corrupt, so it is choosing people based on corruption. That's all. That's all they are doing. Rose Limbrick, I let the Iliash.
Thank you so much, Council Elisha. You know what I just want to say about Tarsila? Tarsila, yes, being as a woman and abantu bamusala to become an MP kuchawama and then na batema, that's really, really sad, because balesenda abantu aba corrupt to bring them back again to continue stealing. And then the other thing, what I'm just pleading myself, I guess maybe Mr. President is listening to me. Okay, for example, I go to Zambia to campaign for UPND. I'm wearing the regalia. Then mapanga. What is going to happen?
It's pretty sad.
So, and I'm going to go back to what General Chipakopako said about bringing the soldier. If I was me, I'll bring the soldier to take all those cadres out so that they... So this is serious, because if ngabai payo muntu yobamu koma mapanga, because we don't know what is happening. We have families who are UPND, or for example, Waipa family one. What are we gonna do? You know, Mr. President have to stand up and tell the cadres all this nonsense. I don't want it, but you know what? He doesn't want to do that because. You're not supposed to do like this. And then please, that's when we're only pleading Kuliba Kateka Abachalo Cha Zambia. And then the other thing, I want to know who is the MP in Mansa, because I want to campaign, because people are suffering up there. Here we are enjoying, we have to help our family back there.
I think in Mansa Central on UPND, there's a gentleman known as Alfred, I think Alfred Mwewa.
Okay.
Is Alfred Mwewa, I can verify, who is running against Mr. Bonanza.
Bonanza because people are suffering. But kansonga mwamu na bantu efe bachula kumansa kwa matanda takwa banama roads. People are suffering, and these people, they are just putting the money in the pocket. For me, I'm looking at Zambia. Balungu is just like Zambia belongs to them.
Right. And that's very sad. Thank you.
That's
Thank you
very
very much.
sad, you know. That's what I just want to contribute. If he can listen to me, please, Mr. President, look at those cadres and tell them to come out of Komesa Market, Kamwala, and the Patown Center, because that money they are contributing to cadres supposed to be to go to the council, and the council built something, you know. That's why there is poverty in Zambia.
I agree. Thank you. Thank you, Rose.
Thank you.
See you sometime. Thank you. Yeah. Loveness Nachiweza. Mwetu mfwa.
Mkwai.
Do you want to contribute? Mkwai. Alenete
Mkwai na totela sana pakuti lelo nalanda kona imwe nalanda no bantu bali ku Canada lelo. Mlengo kwa.
Tulemi mfwa.
Nomba echo ndelo mba kofie. Tulandile niko kuli bakateeka wesu aba baleisa abapya ba twali batemwisha naba tufyenga kuno kumatero tomu ife satwaya bantu tomu ali butwike amono kwa bati mtosi na lusasha hasta magoti aponda aya diliamona tuwapya asela aisa elo muntu wenda ne mfuti fweta tumufwa aya takwata no muchinshi ifo nayo bakumatelo twatukwa kuli omu tono mbakateka gani MP muntu ulolekesha ku bantu bakwe ifo pansevya twalimu votere asangire one something so ifo asevya not tomu mutulandeko kuli ba tomu ena atatwa nabasa protest abantu banaka.
Okay, awe chamfika mkwai natotera. That was Loveness Nachiweza. Loveness barando kwa bati ba UPND tabasalire omuntu ku matero ati tabare mufuwa ya tomu michelo ati bare pantu tomu michelo atenda nemfuti takwa tomu chinshi barefuwa ya omuntu bere bayita savior. I have no view about this except that this message is probably going to reach the UPND. But nyepo shishi be bueno. Gift Banda is saying, what's your prediction on Vice President to be in the UPND Alliance? I think the Vice President of the UPND Alliance is Mutarena Lumango, in my opinion. Running mate. Who else is going to be the running mate? Aba Isa 2 days before the election, and they're going to be the running mate. What do they bring? So Mutarena Lumango has been there for a very long time. So why should anyone abandon Mutarena Lumango? So I don't expect anything if you're covered at KPF to be the running mate. They are important to support HH and to support the UPND, quite all right. But this idea covered they will be running mates, I don't see it. I don't think it's appropriate. I think at one point I thought that president of our party at that time, NDC, Bachimba Kambwili, would be the running mate. But of course I was wrong. And Bachimba Kambwili has returned back to the Patriotic Front. NDC while we are divided. And so for now, I think then it's better to just stick with the person you know, who is Mutarena Lumango, to be the running mate and vice president of the UPND Alliance. But it's up to our President HH to make the decision and decide what he wants to do. If he finds that Mtati Nanguba KBF Bene Kutibaba better running mates, it is his prerogative to decide. We'll be very sure next week. Okay? That's my idea. Glenda Chiwerwando Mwansa, we understand, but you have no rights of calling her out of her name. You should be better than that. Stop cyberbullying. So cyberbullying what? Busheni jindechta cyberbullying. Kainge, ishinari yakwe. Nitasira Chimtongo Forest Lungu Mwansa. Ishinari yakwe. Nomba inenchitesha. Nilanda, ninena ide bula fensu kubika kwa forest na senda na janda tichava chandi teine Uwobu kalimukwete ni inshita mlewuchitra directed towards people that are actually destroying the country and stealing from the poor. Inena alanda vya tu unita sira Chimtongo forest lungo. Mwanji minata, I'm cyberbullying. 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 Kwambo kuseko omuntu ifu amoneka. For example, imonga mwambo kunchitati ndikakote pantu nalikwate mienfu. That's cyberbullying. Pantu, you've taken a physical quality ya kwalesa na mwasala that you waipipisha. Mama, that's cyberbullying. Nombanga yakutira mulebo ukwebati uyu muntu alima from Chawama ayat the fence of an entire forest in Sinda and Petaoke. That is not cyberbullying. That is a cyber Chimtongo forest. So that is a cyber Chimtongo, if there is a word like that. Bantu, she did it. Elo, she wants to be MP. She wants to go to our parliament. She's councillor. I don't know for a promotion to be a member of parliament. If we to for a few good stuff, next time, the entire Chiwempala has been fenced off. Why? It's because when she fenced off Chimtongo forest, we remained quiet. Toilette at the cyberbullying. Cyberbullying, uwobu kalimugweteba mwansa wesu. Ebo tufiroku mfuani na chapa mopoko that we speak to these people that are stealing from the people of Zambia and fencing of forests. What is your reaction on the Mr. Sangwa petition dismissal by court? I have no comment. I have no comment on that. Okay. Luapula province is voting PF and stay safe in Alberta, Canada. Luapula also must stay safe. Okay? Arena Luapula. They must stay safe. Chimtongo amadongo dongo. Nakana. Baruth mugatulwa. Nakana. Ndanda Chimtongo madongo dongo. Nakana. The sense of entitlement. Entitlement here, you are not only entitled to your own things. You need to be entitled. No, entitlement here, because what would it take you? Ukuya the fence of a forest that belongs to the people of Zambia. What sort of entitlement is that? That is where the issue is. Number Nganalanda did cyberbullying. How does it become cyberbullying? Enomu ine ulefu ayokuteka. Nomba nganalanda iwe niwe Chimtongo forest. Nishi cyberbullying. Kanji ngani cyberbullying. Nishi yo ine cyberbullying yo. I'm guilty. Echo tuikalire tuilalanda pwate cyberbullying. Kanji umuntu ngaiba aibire chalo ati yo mkwai tuilalanda pwate cyberbullying. Iyo mkwai. Ngorefu uteka in very true humility, not true humility yaku swachibwagwa. No kufuala majombo. Wayamuku swachibwagwa ti you are humble. No. True humility is in living. If yabene, wa nekat fiyabene. Adini na temwa fie chibemba chenu. Echo mwa temwa ko ichibemba. Balukwesa. Imwe balukwesa. Echo mwate mwako fie chibemba. That is where the issue is. And so we are going to continue speaking for the poor and speaking for the people of Zambia, because we must continue bringing visibility to these issues. We have one country which we all love very much. Bonse, even people of Kacholola, imagine, Abena Kacholola, they like their country, Zambia. Abena Chitilabombwe, they like it. Mufumbwe, they Nakushangombo Queen, they like this country. Now, if we like it. Number, why should we leave it up to yeah. Elias Mujev, she stole, yes, but talk up, and she should be held for stealing public property, giving names which are not hers, period. Okay, au mwandini munjerereko. Now, baglenda na umfwa. So today I'm asking for forgiveness for calling okwebati batasira lungu ni batasira Chimtongo forest lungu. Amashinati Chimtongo forest na lufianya. Teine. Ni panje kaunda. Ewa tuwebero kobati. Chimtongo forest ukubasenda. Chimtongo forest. And I was busy with my own things somewhere. Wisa umfuafye panje kaunda mwana kaunda. And I'm completely innocent. I was not there. Panje kaunda ewa ishire tuweba kofie. Ukuisa tuchinkulako. Atina mumfuako. Atina mumfuako ifire chitika ku Chimtongo forest. And I njebere nshishi but now Tasira Lungu went and fenced off the entire forest and says that it is hers. At the incoming Chief Justice. Which the Chief Justice, if we are landefi, inakutina papa sana. Ngana Chief Justice. Bantu kwena Chief Justice. Afuro kulalanda kwefi. Not imagine Chief Justice uweita umuntu ati Tasira Chimtongo forest lungu. Imokutu mungaweka Chief Justice. I don't think so. I think that's my job. Just be a voice to the people of Zambia. If you're Chief Justice, a lot more distinguished people. You know, at this one is Chief Justice. Number if you never to fall a tie, fear it to Sanako. Netolosh. Nensokosh. Ujishin sokosh, shawu Chief Justice mwebo. Nakana. Yeah, alawafi mwandeni. Tell them it's too much. Valimanta Chief Forest. Valimita Chief Forest. Ili ashitikaya. Valiminta. Oh. Valiminta Chief Forest. It's pretty tough. Nomba nine umwamba gogu mwena mwati. Ali ninendo fienye. Uwa ileti fence of forest. Mwamuleka ati yo mkwa yadi fie bwino. Inene ulela ndati. Bali senda forest. Ali nina rufia. Munjerereko. For this cyberbullying. Mlandu wa forest. If we were up to me, I would have urged the leadership to let the VP be the running mate. I think so. So this issue is serious that we have gotten the forest because I saw trucks flocking in Nimba these past weeks. It's serious. Why are you answering on his behalf? I didn't ask you. No one asked you to volunteer. Geoffrey, what was the question? We need to get going. We have 3 minutes. Here in Chifubu constituency, we are not happy with the adoption. They've given you a very wrong person. Very wrong person. What about Mr. Mubita? Very sad about Mr. Mubita. This is very sad, and we keep talking about it. You cannot be destroying the spirits of Zambians like this. Mwamlongo muntu for no reason for a week. This is not good. This is very sad. Yotam Sichirima, our Monsha, no need to apologize. Ninja apologize, eh? At munjerere ko pakuita tasira forest Chimtongo forest. Atava apologize. Ninja apologize. Ain. Emu mwachi mwana pari apologize pa. Yeah. Don't take it personal. Wamunsha, call her anything you like, cause that's what it is. We did not forget about the Mukula. How is it that even possible to go and fence a forest? Kainge, it's guts and BALS. That's what it is for a person to go and fence off an entire forest. And because I'm a councillor in Chawama, give me the forest. That's abuse of power, right? Forget about Glenda Rwando Mwanza. She's all over Facebook and commenting negative. Yeah. You are indeed a voice. Thank you, Beatrice Walia. Free Mubita now. Agreed. Mubita now must be freed. Forest Chimtongo Tamumfua Wamunsh. No, there is in Sinda, Chimtongo Forest. Mukula Forest, Boafia-san. Yeah, free movie now. Thank you very much for joining me today. I really appreciate. This has been TV Bakwetu. Thank you so much. Today I had coat in the morning, but I have a jacket that I use when I'm going into court. And so I posted a picture of me in a tie and in trainers. The reason why I did that was because when you are having virtual court, bamonafe kumenso, tabamone efili kuisamba. So kumulu court kuisamba inkama yobe. That's what happens. Right? So if chachiba, for those that are very curious. Okay, thank you very much. God bless you. And don't forget to send TV Bakwe to some stars. You buy stars from Facebook and then you send TV Bakwe to some stars because TV Bakwe apparently needs those stars. And so that you stop watching free things. TV Bakwetu, it needs the stars. So send us those stars. Thank you very much for joining me. God bless you and God bless our country. This has been Elias Muncha. Thank you.